All right. Good morning again, everyone. Again, I am Aziza Mizamil, a business development specialist here at the Department of Small Local Business Development with the Business Opportunities team. You are in the training for DSLBD, OTR, and DLCP presentation, where we will be going over the preparations you need to get ready for CBE Green Grants for FY24 tax season and any upcoming contracting opportunities and any preparation you might need to do with OTR and DLCP. By the way, this training is being recorded, so if you would like to access this training after this, we will be sending it out once it is ready. Today, we have the Office of Tax Revenue OTR in the Department of Licensing and Consumer Protection here, and we will be presenting all their offerings, including our teams. We have Ms. Aisha Kearney from OTR and Mr. William Morgan from DLCP. If you have any questions, please type them in the chat and we will answer them in the Q&A section at the end. When you are typing your question, if possible, please put who you are directing the question to so we can have a smoother transaction. To start off the training, we will have Keith Howard, the manager of the Business Opportunities team, do the welcoming.
Thanks, Aziza. Good afternoon to everyone. It is, first of all, so good to see so many of my CBE friends out there. Y'all can wave. It's good to see you guys. All right. That's wonderful. I am Keith Howard. I'm the manager of the Business Opportunities Division for the Department of Small and Local Business Development. And on behalf of our director, I bring you greetings. Interim Director Rosemary Suggs Evans, a staunch advocate for the CBE community, specifically around all the things that we're talking about today, because they go hand in hand. And it was funny, I was mentioning to Aziza before I jumped on this call, I said, that title's pretty long, but her reply was, well, because it's a lot of information. And she's absolutely right. It's a lot of information that all connects, right? They all coincide with one another. I mean, if you, we just pushed out a grant on Monday, the All Things Green grant. If you don't know about it, you should, and you should go to our website to find out more information. That grant's $500,000, broken up over several grants. But if you don't have a clean hands, you won't be eligible for the grant, right? So that's where they all tie in, hand in hand. If you want to become a CBE and bid on some of the $1.2 billion in contracts for CBEs that are out there, you have to have a license, right? You have to have a business license. You have to have a clean hand. So all of this information goes hand in hand. So I want to thank all of you for choosing us as the way to spend your time. I want to thank our partners from OTR and DLCP for engaging with us for this very important information. And lastly, most importantly, I want to thank the Business Opportunities team, right? This work doesn't get done without somebody who has to, put it on the calendar and create the slides and monitor the chat. And Angela, Burchell, Aziza, and Katina do an outstanding job of getting this information out to you all. So without further ado, Aziza, I'll pass it on back to you. I'm going to sit back and listen and learn.
Thank you so much, Keith. We're going to head right on to the information for the Business Opportunities team here. So the Business Opportunities team is we're here to support CBEs. So we assist CBEs navigate and participate in procurement opportunities, conduct engaging and informative workshops like the one we have here, do one-on-one counseling regarding access to capital, facilitate matchmaking sessions, and enhance CBE capacity in the sports wagering industry through matchmaking, TA, technical assistance consultations. The key functions, as mentioned in the previous slide, matchmaking, we connect CBEs with agencies, partners, sportsbook, and prime contractors to find CBEs and invite them to be interviewed for contracting opportunities. We do agency introductions in the form of doing business with sessions that connect entrepreneurs with individuals at agencies. We do educational workshop, as mentioned before, like the one here, to show all you business owners and CBEs all the tools and information you need that is available within DC agencies. And then we also do pre-bid conferences where prime contractors looking for subcontractors, you can connect with one another so that you have more opportunities to get work. Continuing on, these are three of our primary events throughout the year. So we have District Connect. We primarily hold it in October of each year, where we have all of the mentioned apparatuses of business opportunities. So we have matchmaking, workshops, uh, sessions with business owners, everything. So Business District Connect is a one-stop shop for all the offerings that the business opportunities offers. We also have Build a Dream. We have that twice a year where we take a cohort of CBEs or business owners and walk them through from the beginning to the end of what entrepreneurship means. And then we have Small Businesses. We are at the library every fourth Wednesday of the month to meet with you in person one-on-one. You can access this TA or small businesses that is at MLK Library. You can type in small businesses DSLBD into Google to book a time with us. Or if you would like to do a virtual one-on-one session with somebody from the business opportunities team, you can email us at business.opportunities@dc.gov to set up a meeting. I will now be transitioning over to the OTR Office of Tax and Revenue presentation from Ms. Aisha Kearney. Just give me a moment to exchange the slide over. And without further ado, Ms. Aisha Kearney, go ahead.
Hi, good morning or good afternoon. My name is Aisha Kearney. I'm with the Office of Tax and Revenue, and I am a revenue officer and clean hands specialist with the OTR Collection Division. Sorry. Mission statement. Our mission is to collect promptly the proper amount of tax due from all persons who have not filed and paid taxes required by the District of Columbia law. Clean Hands Mandate. The Office of Chief Financial Officer, Office of Tax and Revenue facilitates administration and compliance of the Certificate of Clean Hands mandate by providing individuals and businesses online self-service capability to request and generate a certificate of clean hands. The District of Columbia Clean Hands Mandate DC Code 47-2862 stipulates that individuals and businesses are to be denied city goods or services for licenses, permits, grants, and contracts if there is a debt owed to the District of Columbia more than $100 in fees, fines, taxes, or penalties, and or failure to file required district tax returns. Sorry. For clean hands purposes, there's a 5-year look back performed when reviewing an account for compliance. All delinquent returns must post to the account before a certificate of clean hands is issued. In addition, all accounts of the taxpayers' owners listed on the account must be in compliance with the Office of Tax and Revenue and the Department of Employment Services before a certificate of clean hands can be issued. Our office offers payment arrangements that can be set up online directly at mytax.dc.gov at your convenience, or you can call our collection division at 202-724-5045 for assistance. Payment arrangements due dates are the 1st and the 15th only of each month, and the terms available up to 48 months. The first payment must be made and posted to the account before the certificate of clean hands can be issued. If an account is on an existing payment plan that is current and there are no delinquent returns, an override request will be submitted for the taxpayer. Please note that all overrides printing validation currently expires in 7 days. After that time, another override request will need to be requested. Please ensure to use a self-certification process to generate a recent notice of noncompliance prior to requesting another override. This step is required before an override can be initiated. To request another to request another override, advise taxpayer to contact our collection and enforcement call center directly at 202-724-5045. If the account is still in compliance with the Office of Department of Employment Services, another override will be granted and issued. And I just want to touch bases. When you file returns through MyTax, those generally take 24 hours to post to the account. If a taxpayer is making a payment online through MyTax, those take 24 hours to 72 hours to post. To obtain a certificate of clean hands, you must self-certify through the MyTax web portal, mytax.dc.gov. You will need to apply. You will need the following to apply: access to the online portal. Your address must be validated through USPS, and no outstanding returns or balances that exceed $100. Obtaining a certificate is easy as 1, 2, 3. The first thing you're going to do is log in or create a MyTax account. Then you request a certificate of clean hands to confirm or complete the required information. If you are in compliance, once you're in compliance and you are compliant, the certificate of clean hands is instant. You would just log into your messages portal on the web portal to receive your certificate of clean hands. You can download it to your phone, your tablet, your computer. You can print that out. To request a certificate, you must register and request a certificate on the MyTax web portal. This requirement is for individuals and businesses. All businesses, even those located outside of DC that are generating income from DC sources, must be registered through mytax.dc.gov in order to request a certificate of clean hands. All businesses must be registered for the required tax types. All returns that are required must be submitted and posted to the account prior to the account being deemed clean hands eligible. If you are currently registered in the MyTax web portal, log in and request a certificate. The result of the inquiry is instant. We also have frequently asked questions as far as certificate of clean hands on the MyTax portal. I do think you all should take a look at that as well. If a notice of noncompliance is generated, please contact the agency contact number listed at the bottom of the notice, as there is outstanding obligation with either the Office of Tax and Revenue or Department of Employment Services that needs to be resolved before a certificate will be issued. If compliant, a certificate will generate instantly, which can be printed and saved to distribute electronically. If you are a new DC resident after January 1st, 2024, you can request a certificate of clean hands as a non-resident through the MyTax portal. You will be required to upload a valid state ID issued from Department of Motor Vehicles and answer a few questions. Requests may take up to 7 business days for completion. For non-district residents that are approved, a certificate of clean hands will be emailed to the address indicated on the request. If denied, you will receive a message with information regarding the next steps to become eligible to obtain a certificate of clean hands. The certificate will be emailed from a do not reply email address. Please ensure to check both your inbox and your spam folders for the certificate. If you need additional clarification concerning a certificate of clean hands denial, please contact the agency listed directly on that noncompliance notice. And again, it will either be the Office of Tax and Revenue or Department of Employment Services. If you need assistance with the MyTax web portal, please contact eServices directly at 202-759-1414. 1946, or you can email them at eservices.otr@dc.gov. If you need assistance with applying for recognition of exemption, and that's normally for businesses that are 5013C, you can complete the FR 164, which is the application to become exempt with the district, and those requests will be managed by our audit division. If you are not a U.S. citizen, you must apply for a certificate of clean hands as a non-district resident through mytax.dc.gov. You would need the following to apply: a valid ITIN number that can be obtained through IRS. You must use a valid DC address verified by USPS. And actually, if you're a non-district resident and you use an ITIN number, the address has to be verified. If you're a non-resident, it has to be verified through a USPS, and it will not have a DC address. Or if you are a DC resident and you move to the district um, before or after January 1st, then you will apply as a non-district resident, but that still applies. The address still needs to be verified to USPS. A state-issued ID is required, and we do accept G4 visas. We do not accept passports or Social Security cards, or ITIN cards. And an individual taxpayer identification number, ITIN number, is a processing number issued by the office by Internal Revenue Service. For a ITIN number with the IRS, applicants need a SSN or ITIN to register for taxes in DC and in turn receive a certificate of clean hands. As of 3/21/2022, our office no longer accepts returns via email. If you have delinquent returns that need to be submitted to our office, returns can be submitted electronically through the secured web portal, mytax.dc.gov, to the Clean Hands Unit. Returns also can be hand delivered to OTR's walk-in center. Please allow time for processing. Processing time may take up to 6 weeks. And the below are the instructions on how to submit a web message to our office. And if you need assistance with the web portal, you can contact our e-services department at 202-759-1946, and they can assist you with uploading those delinquent returns to the Clean Hands Unit. Here's our QR code, and it will take you directly to mytax.dc.gov, where you have all information you need for clean hands. And there's also a frequently asked question page as well. Thank you. Here's our contact information for clean hands inquiries. Can be communicated directly by contacting our collections enforcement unit at 202-724-5045. We are available Monday through Friday from 8:15 to 5:30. If you have questions regarding the compliance status of your account, please contact the collections enforcement unit directly. Below is also the information for our e-services unit. Our e-services unit deals directly with the web portal, so if you need assistance, you can contact them directly.
Thank you so much, Aisha. We are holding the questions till the end. We will now move on to the presentation from DLCP with Mr. William Morgan.
Good afternoon. Hello, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, my name is William Morgan, and I work for the Department of Licensing and Consumer Protection. I am a business consultant, so I am pretty much the face of the agency in the community. My main boards that I work in is Board 7 and Board E. I will be also sharing my contact information after this, but pretty much I'll be taking you through the basic steps to obtain a business license in DC. and it's definitely some steps and some things that you're gonna have to pay attention to. You're gonna have to make a couple stops by the young lady was just talking about the Office of Tax and Revenue. So I'm glad that we had this all on the same call to provide this information. Am I controlling the slides?
No, I'll be moving the slides along.
Okay, all right, okay, cool. So okay, we're on slide 2, correct?
So just let me know when you want me to move on
Okay,
to the
you
next.
go to the next slide then. So the overview we'll be going over today is just the Department of Licensing and Consumer Protection mission, and the difference between the agencies that has grown over the time because we used to be the Department of Regulatory Affairs, DCRA, and now we've split into DLCP, which is Licensing and Consumer Protection, and Department of Buildings. You can go to the next slide. Our mission, the mission of the Department of Licensing and Consumer Protection is to protect the economic interests of residents, businesses, and visitors in the District of Columbia by licensing and regulating businesses and investigating and enforcing the Consumer Protection Procedure Acts. So the basic overview for the SBRC, which is the Small Business Resource Center, is that the District of Columbia Business Resource Center is a one-stop shop where help is provided to assist in starting, growing, and strengthening businesses. The BRC primary function is to provide free one-on-one assistance and group workshops to future and current business owners seeking to navigate through the district's regulatory processes. Through the BRC, DLCP has established partnerships with private sector and district and federal government agencies. These partnerships assist current and future business owners with business development opportunities to properly do business in the District of Columbia. So pretty much what that means is that we are your valet service through the process. I understand the service can be a little daunting for people. Maybe you're not technically inclined. Maybe you are confused on a step here or there. We try to make it as easy as possible for everyone to be able to get licensed for a business. So whether you want to come into our agency, which we are at in Southwest at 1100 4th Street Southwest, you can come by our agency. Now in March we will be remote, so it will be limited in the agency, but we will also be in the community too. To do construction on the building. So that was the point and the process and function of our small business resource center. You can go to the next slide. So the services offered, like I was saying, the one-on-one sessions, these are free, completely free sessions. So you can schedule them with our representatives. I'll actually put that link in the tab after I'm done too, just in case you wanted to take advantage of that option also. Um, and we try to cater to specific needs of every customer because everybody has different needs. So when you're having this conversation, we're not just gonna give you a template and say do this. We're gonna listen to what you have to say, what is your needs, and we will go from there. The intended goal is to meet customers where they are in the licensing process to help them with specific challenges that they are facing. The business development group workshops is what we have throughout the year. Basic steps to obtain business license, government contracting, which is the CBEs, the Certified Business Enterprises, non-profits, legal advice, preparing business plans, business taxes and regulatory responsibilities, and networking with other professionals. These are the different business development group workshops that we have throughout the year. Go to the next slide. So this will be the beginning of our 4 steps to obtaining a basic business license, which is also on our website if you have any questions or I move too fast. So step one, if applicable, is corporate registration. Uh, if entering a corporate entity, that's for you. And trade name registration, sole proprietor slash not applicable. If planning to use a fictitious or shortened version of the corporate name when conducting business, you can definitely visit us at corponline.dlcp.dc.gov. Next slide. So the corporate structures that in which that we are working with are LLCs, including the professional limit liability companies, business corporations, including professional corporations and benefit corporations, nonprofit corporations, limited partnerships, limited liability partnerships, general cooperative associations, limited cooperative associations, and statutory trusts. You can yet again visit this. This is all online, just in case I'm moving too fast. I don't want to waste anybody's time. Thank you. You can go to the next slide. Step two, like I was telling you earlier, all of our agencies, we are integrated. So our step two is going to involve the Office of Tax and Revenue. You have to register with the Internal Revenue Service and OTR. We have the information right here, which is for the internal, IRS to apply for an employer identification number, also known as the EIN. You can do that online or in person over on K Street. Same thing with OTR. Once you register, you can register the EIN with the DC Office of Tax and Revenue online, or yet again, you can visit them across the street in the same, we're really right in the same corridor. And she discussed the clean hand certification, so I won't go too much over that, but it's just you sign an affidavit stating that you do not owe more than $100 to the government. Next slide. So step three, this will deal with the zoning process. So the registration of the Office of Zoning Administrator, certificate of occupancy. If operating out of an office location in the district, you would go and get a certificate of occupancy. If you are conducting business out of a home in the district, you would go with the home occupancy permit. Expedited home occupation permit is for if you're conducting business out of a home in the district, you may be eligible to obtain an expedited home occupation permit when you apply for a basic business license. You can go to the next slide. So the last step is to actually get your basic business license application done. You submit the application you submit the application including the required supporting documents and payment. Your business activities determine the type of basic business license required. Next slide. So one of the most frequently asked questions that we get are what type of funding opportunities we have available or that we are able to get you in touch with. These are the main three that we work with: Office of the Deputy Mayor for Planning and Economic Development, Department of Small and Local Business Development, and the Washington Area Community Investment Fund. We also pair with other agencies and programs too, like the Greater Washington Urban League, where they do their separate funding also. And yeah, sorry, next slide. So this is our contact information. This is the number that you see is the main number for the BRC. So if you want to make an appointment over the phone, you can do that. Also, these emails are people that you can reach out to that are experts, a little bit more have a little bit more expertise than me also. And we're all constantly having events. So with this link that you see for the registering link, you can absolutely click on that and keep up. And obviously we all have some type of social media. So you can follow us on Twitter at DC_DLCP. I know we're holding questions to the end, so thank you for your time and thank you for listening to me.
Thank you so much, William. I'm going to move forward to the closing part of our presentation. So to follow up, the reason we had DLCP and OTR here today are for several reasons. First, we want to prepare you guys, particularly CBEs that are interested in the CBE Green Grant for tax season and also for any contracting opportunities that may be coming up. In regards to the CBE Green Grant specifically, all CBEs must present clean hands dated October 1st, 2023, or forward and an active business license. To follow up on this, if you have any personal questions that need to be addressed or any, I know Aisha mentioned about payment plans to get to your clean hands, etc., anything specific to your individual CBE, we will be having a follow-up in-person health check on Tuesday, February 6th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with DSLBD, OTR, and DLCP representatives. Once again, these will be appointment-based. The appointment will be first come and first served with walk-ins accommodated based on availability. I will be sending out either from the business.opportunities@dc.government email appointment link on Monday, January 29th. So please be on the lookout for that to book your time, as these will be first come, first served. Moving on, we will, this is the contact information for DSLBD. So if you have any questions about your CBE, there is the CBE email, and also for us at Business Opportunities, you can email us at business.opportunities@dc.gov. We are going to start off with the questions. So I will be going through the chat and asking the questions to answer. So let me go to your first question. The forms required, sorry, excuse me. Yes, so this question is for OTR Aisha. If you can answer, the forms required FR 500 and FR 164, will you be covering the proper completion of these forms? I don't believe, do you want to speak to that, Aisha?
Sure. So I don't have the slides for the FR 500 or the 164. That's generally covered by, that presentation is covered by e-services department. I can answer any general questions. So far as the FR 164, I'm sorry, the FR 500, that's what you need to register your business with OTR. And that takes about 3 to 5 business days for the account to be approved. And then you will receive a notice of business registration in the mail from our office, letting you know that it has been approved, and you can use that business registration number to sign up for MyTax. And we do have information on the FR 164 and the FR 500 on our page under the frequently asked questions.
Thank you. Moving on, someone also asked, how do you handle issues where you go from filing a D65 to a D30 or a D20? A lot of times, the OTR system flags the account because it is expecting you to file the same form.
So our system is designed to catch those outstanding returns. So if you have those outstanding returns and you're registered for corporation and you're not filing those returns, our system will catch that. So that's why you're seeing that flag. But you can call our collection call center and we can take a look at your account. You can call us at 202-724-5045, or you can send a web message to the Clean Hands Department with your FEIN number and your EIN number, and we'll take a look at your account to make sure that you are registered for the correct tax accounts and that you're not missing any returns.
Thank you. And I believe somebody asked for an email address, and I think Aisha, you dropped the Clean Hands. That's where you could be reached.
Yes.
Good. Do you need a DC address to obtain a license? I believe this is for William at DLCP. William. I think there may be some issues with the mic. Hold on, I believe Tamika wants to speak to that. I am on my way to unmute you. Give me a second.
Afternoon. I'm Tamika Wood from the Small Business Resource Center. And yes, you would need a DC address to do business in DC. Now, if you live out of state, then you would need a registered agent. But again, a DC address is needed. You cannot use a PO box. It would need to be a physical address in DC. Can you hear me? Okay. So did you hear me answer the question about the address? Okay. Okay, if we have a registered agent, do we have to have an office space?
Muted. I'm sorry, Tamika, sorry, I was muted. I thought I was responding
Oh,
to
okay.
you.
Just I was like, what's going on?
My apologies, but yes, I did hear you. I was answering the question above that by
Okay,
Dr.
yes.
Teresa Mason Ford. She was asking if you're a foreign entity registered as a business, are you able to get a CBE in DC? If you have a physical address in DC and meet the other qualifications, then yes, you will be able to be a CBE. Let me go to the next question. My apologies about that, everyone. For if you currently hold a business license but decide to change the business, is it necessary to apply for another license?
Yes. Okay. You would have to do everything all over again.
Got you. And I think this is going to be for Aisha. Sam said, we are stuck at the last step of the Clean Hands certificate. We have tried to contact them, but we couldn't connect to any representative. Any advice on what we can do?
So if you tried to call our office yesterday, we were experiencing some issues with our phones yesterday. We are currently up and running today. If you want to give us a call back today, or you can either visit our walk-in center or send us a web message through the My Tax portal, and we can answer any any questions that you may have regarding your account.
Okay. I think also another question was, I believe they said that what date do you use to go 5 years back? The person's issue with their tax was from 2018. Can that still be addressed?
So far as the 5-year look back, we're currently on 2018 through 2022, and that will change come April 15th when the new tax year is due, and it would change from 2019 through 2023.
Thank you. Yes, please reconfirm the required clean hands date. Yes, to be eligible for the All Things CBE Green Grant, your clean hands must be dated October 2023 moving forward. That will be October 1st and later. Why are nonprofits ineligible for CBE? So DSLBD is a for profit, so there are other opportunities, but CBEs must be for-profit businesses. If you have any questions for that, you can reach out to the business.opportunities@dc.gov where we could discuss in depth. What resources are available if you are simply a small business in DC? Will the slides be sent to participants? So DSLBD has a variety of offerings through the Business Opportunities team. We have also other teams such as the Commercial Commercial Revitalizations team, the Innovation and Equity Development team. I believe DLCP at the Small Business Research Center also has availabilities. If Tamika, Aisha, William, if you guys can drop you guys' general email in the chat for people who have questions, that would be much appreciated. And we also have, what is the difference between home occupancy permit and expedited home occupancy permit? I have both and don't know what the difference is.
Repeat that again.
They said, what is the difference between home occupancy permit and expedited home occupancy permit? I have both and don't know what the difference is.
So the expedited is just how quickly you received it.
So same thing.
Same day.
Okay.
The expedited one was received same day.
Okay. Also, can you apply for more than one green grant? For example, green contract services and green pitch grant. Okay. Yes, you can apply for more than one category. However, you will only be able to win in one category. Also, if you are a CBE, we will be sending out the recording of the info session about the CBE Green Grant today. So just be on the lookout where we will answer all the questions, how to apply, and the qualifications you need. About the green grants opportunities. Yes. So again, you can refer, if you are a CBE, since this opportunity, the grants are for CBEs, the email with the recorded information session detailing the grant and the requirements will be sent out this afternoon. We have, as a foreign entity coming to DC, do you need past performance to become a CBE? No, you don't. What do I need to file business taxes and who helps with filing?
So far as the business taxes, it all depends on what kind of business you have, and that will determine what filings you need to file with the Office of Tax and Revenue. And if you need assistance with that, you can call our collection call center and we can take a look at your account.
Yes, oh my God. Hello, everyone. We're just gonna continue with the questions. We have, according to the instructions for the D30, you don't have to file if it is a business where more than 80% of its gross income is derived from personal services rendered by owners or members of the business. I believe my consulting business meets this requirement. Why does my tax DC tell me I have to file a D30? Aisha, would you like to directly answer to this, or do you want to refer them to the email that you provided?
So I did place an answer in the chat. That is
Okay.
correct. If you are a district resident, that income can be reported on your D40, which is your individual return. And you're receiving that flag because you don't have that unincorporated business franchise tax account on your profile up under your EIN number. So if you receive that and you file that business income on your individual return, just give us a call at 202-724-5045, and we will review your account and release a certificate of clean hands.
Thank you, Aisha. We also have Michael Newman. Will this recording be forwarded? Yes, this recording will be sent out to all registered. And then we have, I'm not able to log into my portal with DSLBD. I get a hello John message and I've emailed for help and called. You can reach out to us at business.opportunities@dc.gov and we can direct you to the person that can help out with that. Do nonprofit qualify for CBE, the green grants? So you must be a CBE, and CBEs are for profit. So unfortunately, at this time, no. Already answered that. To get a basic business license, do I need to report our beneficial owners if I am exempt from the reporting beneficial owners according to the SIN FEN BOI reporting? Can you speak to that, Tamika or William?
Can you say it one more time, please? You broke up.
No problem. They asked, to get a basic business license, do I need to report our beneficial owners if I am exempt from reporting beneficial owners according to the SIN FEN BOI reporting?
For reporting, I would say that I would have to ask my manager Tamika to make sure. But for that, because like that's a very specific situation, you know.
And that's only used for your corporate structure registration. So it's not a requirement to obtain a business license.
Thank you, Tamika. Can we use the registered agent as our business address? I think this is directed to DLCP as well.
Yes, you can. It's whatever you want on whatever address you want to be on your license.
Okay, perfect. And also they said, what's the address of the office that helps with business licensing? So that would be DLCP. And when are the workshops for small businesses again? For the second part, the small business workshops, I know Tamika at the SBRC, they send out routine emails with the workshops available. And as far as the workshops we do at Business Opportunities, we also send out those emails if you are on the CBE listing. As far as the address for the DLCP, can you provide that for them, Tamika, please?
Yes.
The address is in the chat.
Yes,
And
okay, I
I
see you
put
typed
a
it in.
link for the Small Business Resource Center, and Tamika followed up with her email for a direct contact also.
Perfect, thank you so much. And just the address is 1100 4th Street Southwest. All right, so that is all the questions we have here today. Thank you so much, everybody from OTR, Aisha Kearney, and from DLCP, William Morgan and Tamika Woods. Once again, we will be having an in-person health check follow-up on Tuesdays, February 6th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This will be appointment-based. The appointments will be sent via email The link to make the appointments will be sent via email Monday, January 29th for CBEs. Please be on the lookout for that, as it is first come, first served, with walk-ins accommodated based on availability. This will be to address your personal business questions. That is all. Keith, would you like to close it out?
Aziza, on that February 6th, is that what's the location?
Yes, so that will be at Marshall Heights with the center. Marshall
Appreciate
Heights
that.
Community Development Organization. In the email, we will detail the location, and once you make your appointment, we will send you all the confirmation information for you, the time of your appointment and the date and the location. Keith, well, I think you could close it out. Any last words from William, Tamika, or Aisha?
Yep, I'm
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
for having
coming.
us. We have a great time. We look forward to seeing you guys.
I'll close the way I started, which is thanking our partners for this. I told you guys it's a lot of information. It's good information though, and if this is the advantage you need to win a contract, then you should be winning right now, right? Because not every there are 2,000 CBEs, right? And I think there are 100 people on the call, right? So you should have a little bit of an advantage now. So build on this advantage. Join us out there on February 6th if need be, if applicable. And, if there's anything that myself or the team can do to help you win, please don't hesitate to reach out. Aziza, thanks. Great job. And we look forward to seeing all of you down the road.
I think Aisha would like to add one more thing. Go ahead, Aisha.
Yes, I just want to add one more thing. Please, please do not wait to the last minute to see if you are in compliance with our office. You can call us today. These grants and these contracts are coming out. Do not wait till the last minute to see if you are in compliance, because we're not going to issue a certificate of clean hands if you're non-compliant with our office or Department of Employment Services. Returns and payments take time to process. So give us a call at your earliest convenience to see if you are in compliance. Get your account in order today. Do not wait till the last minute.
Thank you so much for saying that, Aisha. And I also echo that sentiment. We are having this earlier, this training, and then the follow-up in-person training on February 6th. If you are on here specifically to make sure that you are eligible for the CBE All Things Green grant, make sure that you start working on it now so that you are eligible by the deadline of February 16th. If you are not eligible by the time we check on that date, you will not be eligible for the CBE All Things grant. Thank you so much, everyone, again, and for all the presenters and also for all of you for attending. And you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.